On this episode of Street Rat Garage, it's another square body revival. Except this one's, it's in pretty bad shape. So today we're working on another square body because, you know, we don't have enough of them, but I keep finding them, and this one was inexpensive, but it has been crashed and it's been sitting for 10 years neglected. So this is, I can't remember the year, it's like 85, 86. It's got the flat front end on it. So I'm not a fan of the flat front end, but it's still a square body, and it's cheap. So let's get into it. Well, let's have a look around here. Obviously, like I said, it's been crashed, and it was crashed pretty good. So I'm wondering if we have brakes. Maybe somebody lost brakes. Maybe that's what crashed it. I don't know, but it looks like they were trying to fix it up. It's in primer, and it doesn't look bad. I mean, it does have a lot of flaking and bondo here where somebody, wow, look at that. What is that? Oh, it's spray foam insulation. See? Yep. We have spray foam and we have bondo. Oh, well, you know, I've done it before. This is what's called karma. So if you do that sort of thing, it comes back to you. Lots of rust. Yep. But anyway, it's always easy just to find another bed and replace it, whatever. I wonder what it looks like on the inside, and I'm not sure because there's no button here. That's good. Is this glass? Okay, well, can we get in here? Yep. The good old brick-in window here. My arm's long enough. Come on. Oh, there we go. Come on. There we go. And my arm's stuck. Okay. I like to stand back a little bit and look in the door jambs here for, you know, hornets that want to jump out and kill you. So it seems to be missing a window over there. What year is this? Do we know what year this is? I don't see. It's been painted over. I got the title. I'll have to look on it, but my guess is like 86-ish. They're pretty much all the same there. Got this lovely fake wood grain steering wheel with no horn button. I assume a Grant GT. Do not like these. Oh, look at that. There's a hole in the floorboard. Yeah, Midwest car, truck. Wonder what's behind the seat. Nothing. There's nothing behind the seat. Okay, cracked dashboard. Well, we have a wonder if that works, a Sony stereo. That's fancy. And I don't want to poke around too much in here because that window's been open and I don't know what's going to jump out. Well, let's pop the hood and have a look under there. All right, so we have vegetation, and we have a radiator that's not secured in there. That's lovely. Oh, look, it has baling wire. That's good. Quadra junk. Yank that out of there. Let's check our brakes. Let's see if that's the reason we crashed. Oh, look at that. I would say that's the reason. That's the reason we crashed. So we have no brakes. At least probably on the fronts. What else do we have? It was an AC truck, and it's got a giant hole there, as they do in the wheel well. Oh, there's still a battery in it. I'm gonna take that up and throw a little juice in there, see if we can't get that rolling around. Now the other side of the truck is completely buried in weeds, and I definitely don't want to play around in there. Hey, look, it has the original jack still in place. That's unusual and cool. And in the back we have junk, 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 and more junk. Oh, look, an old chainsaw. Ooh, spiders. Ah, spider webs. Gross. Where's that guy? Can you see him? Yep. Okay, chainsaw. Well, we can play with that later. Maybe we can get that going or something. Oh, tailgate's all beat up. It's got dual exhaust on it. That's cool. Looks like it has a decent bumper. I can't see that side. I think we're gonna have to pull this on out of the weeds here, because I definitely don't want to work on it with creepy crawlies. And of course, what do you do when you want to move a square body? You get another square body. You recall this? It's the old Vice Grip Garage ramp truck, the orange one that I'm supposed to be fixing up, and have not been doing a very good job of it lately, but more on that later. So let's get the old ramp truck fired up and drag our new project up here. Right, while we are here, we have a ramp truck. Might as well put it on this bumper. See if we can pull this out a little bit so our tire doesn't rub. One of the best things about this is the winch. Always got to have a good winch. Maybe we can hook it through the old parking light thing and pull it a little bit this way. Just move this out in the way, just a hair. Better. Maybe we can hit it with mallet here and here, something like that. I don't know. We should just replace it, but just for now, this will work. It looks a lot better, and now the wheel will turn without any problems. All right, I'm just hooking it around the bumper because it doesn't matter. Let's pull it out of here. Okay, we got it up here underneath on my favorite spot, the shade tree. There's nothing better than working on an old car on a nice sunny day underneath the shade tree with a good breeze. So that's what we have today, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to work on this outside. I'm going to grab that battery that I took out, see if it held a charge. I've been charging it, and see if this thing will crank over or do anything. Well, that other battery is not quite ready, so we will use one out of the ramp truck here. Negative. These are both black, so they must both be negative. Just how long they are and where they will reach to will determine on which way we put this battery in. So let's try it this way. With the positive as far away from the body as possible. This is negative. This is a negative negative. This is a positive negative. So any smoke? No smoke. There's a transmission dipstick, which is kind of rusty on the end, just laying underneath the hood. Hope we don't have transmission problems. Broke off on the end. So it's not going to do us a whole lot of good to check it, and it doesn't go in there, and obviously that's why it's sitting there. Lovely. Okay. Well, let's see if this does anything. Okay. Zero power. Nothing. Wipers? Where are the wipers? Oh, they were on the turn signal, and that's broke. They don't do anything. Huh. Okay. Well, let's check for connection. Well, first off, we barely have a connection here on the ground wire, which it should at least made a click noise, but maybe not. See how that that secondary wire is so hot because this primary's not even attached by like 2 or 3 strands. And then we got a positive black. It goes down to the starter, and I can't really see anything. So, okay, well, first thing, let's address this. Let's make this right, and then we'll see if we have any power, and then we'll start looking at this one. Let's pull this terminal apart here. Take this ground wire out. Yeah. And literally has 2 wires still connecting it. Now it has no wires connecting it. So, okay, that is definitely one of our problems. So I'm just going to cut this back and cut this guy back, put it back in, and we will check again to see if we have any power. So ground wires are one of the things that a lot of people seem to overlook or don't think is very important, but it is actually really important to have a good ground. You're supposed to have a body ground on these older ones, well, on the newer ones too, but usually the body ground is right here on the core support. And when people replace their terminals, for some reason they never seem to replace the body mount. So that body mount does serve a purpose. It keeps this from getting, you know, creates a better ground. You got to go from what? You got to go from the body to the engine, or is it the body, the frame to the body to the engine, or the engine to the frame to the body? Anyway, all that stuff has to be connected together and grounded. This is the body. This is the body to the engine. So the engine should also have a ground strap somewhere, maybe. This one might not. That goes to the frame as well. So yep, make sure you got your grounds in there. Let's put this back together and see what we have. Okay, we have a good ground. Do we have any power? We do not. Not a lick of power. Nothing is working. Nope, no power yet. Now let's go over to the positive side and trace that wire. Okay, let's look at our positive wire, which I mean, it seems to be okay shape on the top side. it's got a header on it, so I don't have a direct line of view to the starter. So I think we're going to have to jack this up and go look at the starter maybe. Okay, underneath the truck, and this is what I found. All I did is drop the starter. I didn't take this off. These wires, they're not even hooked up, and I don't know why. Why would they not be hooked up? Is the starter bad and somebody started to take it off? But I mean, these are so hard to get to. I can't imagine somebody taking it off and then not pulling the starter out. I mean, the easier way is to drop the starter down so you can get to these wires a little bit easier. That's weird. This one's cut out a little bit. That's also weird. So I don't know what's going on here, but we're gonna see if we can find a bolt, a nut for this, put it back together, put it up in there, and see if we wasted our time or not. See if that starter's any good. But yeah, well, that's the reason we're not getting any power. So okay, fortunately I have a parts truck, yay. And this engine is completely junk, but it does have a starter in it, and right there is our nut, which I need a wrench to take off, but I'm going to take that nut off and then we'll put it on our truck, on our starter, and see if it's any good or if we just wasted our time. Okay, just finished putting the starter back underneath the truck, and now we can go and see if we have power. Okay, tip number 3. Now then. Oh, you know what? I didn't hook up the battery. Right back. Okay, let's try it again. I unhooked the battery because I was messing with the starter, you know, like you're supposed to. And I forgot. Yeah, we have power. Let's see if she'll turn over. Oh, she's turning over. Now, before we crank on it too much, do we have oil? Yes, and it's full. It's black and disgusting, but it is full. Let's see, distributor is hooked up. All our spark plug wires seem to be in place. So we need fuel. Okay, well, let's add a little bit of fuel and see if you'll bark off. We have an HEI distributor, probably the easiest of all the, you know, electric ignition systems to deal with. As long as we have power to the distributor, we should be able to get this thing to start just by adding some fuel, as long as the spark plugs are still good. So I imagine, you know, I don't know why that wire was unhooked. So maybe that bolt backed off after they wrecked it, or they wrecked it and then that loosened the bolt and eventually it came loose. I don't know, but whatever it was, it didn't start for them, and they marked it up after they wrecked it sometime. So let's add a little bit of gasoline and see if this thing will fire. So I put a little gasoline in this fruit juice bottle and put the cap back on, and I'm just going to punch a hole in the top of the cap, and boom, we have ourselves a primer for the carburetor. Just gonna pour a little gasoline right down the old flokes there, and we'll give it a try and see if that's all we need. Okay, I am ready to give it a try, and cross our fingers. Here we go. Boom, just like that. Nice. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and pull off this fuel line, and now I have a soft drink bottle here. This is the line for off the carburetor that comes from the fuel pump. So I'm going to go ahead and drop, oh come on, I'm going to go ahead and drop this line into the Pepsi bottle and add our fuel to it. So we're going to see if we can make this fuel pump work, and if it is working, we're going to look at the state of our gasoline that's in our tank. More here. Okay. Oh, I'm not fast enough to get back over here. Oh, come on, run long enough. Okay. Let's see if that gave us any fuel into our bottle. And it did. And it is brown and it has water in it. Wow, that is, let's see if you can see this. Look at the state of the gasoline. See if we can get into the light a little bit better here. You see that? All that on top is water. All that on bottom is brown gasoline. So let's yeah, let's run it a little bit more, see if we can see how much more of that we get out, and see if it stops. Maybe we can add some gasoline to it. I don't know. I hope we don't have to drain the tank. Okay, this time I filled up the bowls through the floats there, so let's give it a try. It should run a lot longer now. Seems to have an exhaust leak somewhere. Okay, well, that's all our gasoline, and we're not really filling up that bowl. I'm sorry, we're not filling up this guy right here. All that running, and that's all the stuff that we got out of it. So either the fuel pump isn't working, or hopefully that's all the fuel that we had in there. I'm gonna go ahead and pour some gasoline in the tank and see what comes out, if anything comes out. Let's add a little bit of gasoline. Check out our fuel door, flat B kill. So yeah, there's been things done here. And I approve. Back and secure right there. Perfect. Okay, somehow I lost my Pepsi bottle, so we'll just use this water bottle. It's better for you anyway. Now, I already added some more gas to the carburetor in the float bowls, so let's start it up. And see if we get any gas. Yeah, we're getting a lot of it now. Looks pretty good. So it started pumping out pretty fast, so that was the deal. It had a bunch of, well, not a bunch, but some nasty gas in it. Fortunately, it wasn't much. Now we'll see what we have in our water bottle here. And as you can tell, we got some sediment on the bottom and some clear stuff on top. Now, is the clear stuff the good gasoline, or is it water? That I don't know. Guess there's only one way to find out, and that would be to pour some back into the carburetor off the top. So I guess if it starts back up, then yeah, it must be the good stuff. Let me get a little bit more in there. Let that settle at the bottom. Pour all the stuff off the top. So I'm either pouring good gasoline in there, or I'm pouring water in there. So yeah, I guess I can dump this out, and then we'll put this back and try it again. Okay, this will be a starter. Okay, well, since it started back up, I guess that's not water, but gasoline. And now you can see it's all clear. You know, it's a little cloudy, but mostly clear. We should be able to pour all this back in. Oops. And we'll try it one more time, just to double check. Well, must be gasoline. Okay. And again, we got gasoline up. So we are good to hook up the fuel pump. I'll hook this back up. Where'd my hose clamp go? Always losing something. Okay, well, I'll find a hose clamp. I'll put that back together, and then we'll start it up and see if it's going to run by itself. Okay, hose clamp is all set. I'm going to pour fuel into the fuel bowls to get them filled up again. And then we are going to start it up, and it should run all by itself. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. It's flooded. There it goes. Seems like he's got a plug coming in and out though. So next, let's see if it'll move back and forth. See if we have transmission. Okay, transmission check. seem to have a bit of a miss. I'm gonna check the plug connections. I'm gonna get some brake fluid. We'll put that in there real quick and see if it falls out somewhere, because it is bone dry on that front. We are almost ready to see drive on the street. Okay, here's our brake fluid. Almost forgot to check to see if we have any coolant. Make sure there's no pressure on there, and seems to be water, and I can't see it. So let's get some water to put in there first. Yeah, here's our water. Oh, missing. There she goes. Yeah, see how much it takes. See if we have a freeze plug that's falling out. It's starting to come up. Okay, here it comes. That's not bad. That's only about half a gallon, no big deal. So we should be good on the cooling department. If it had been a freeze plug, we would have definitely added a lot more. Plus, you know, we would have heard it falling out on the ground. Brake fluid. Okay, now there's a good chance that the brake fluid will fall out on the ground as soon as we hit the brakes, because brake fluid usually doesn't just disappear. Especially, I mean, 10 years is a long time to sit, but it's not that long. It still should have had plenty of brake fluid in it. There we go. Now let's punch the brakes and see if we hear that old sound of psh, psh. I'm gonna give it a few pumps. Not hearing anything. Yeah, okay, well, whatever. So, what we're doing, we're going to go for a test ride. Seems like the timing's advanced a little bit too much. A little, what do you call that? Like it has too much on it. I mean, it struggles just a little bit when started. I think I'm going to back the timing off just a hair. We shouldn't do that. Starts right up though. Let's see if the distributor is loose first of all. And it is. So, did I read which way is? I can't remember. Okay. I moved the distributor like 3 degrees. Let's see. That's better. That's a good indication when you're testing by ear. I mean, if it struggles a little bit, and just retard the timing just up here, it advanced too far. So obviously somebody was in there playing with it, and got it advanced way too much. So I don't know. I guess that's about 4 degrees. That should be good enough. Okay. I think we need to go out on the road. It's road trip time. We don't know how much transmission fluid we got, but it goes immediately into gear, so it can't be that bad. Here we go. Right then, let's get out here on the street, and don't forget we only have 2 gallons of gas in this, so just around the block real quick. All right, here we go. Testing out the transmission, first gear. All sluggish. Second gear. Come on. Come on. Come on, third gear. Where you at? Where you tailgate just fell off. It's in the middle of the street. Oh, we got to go back. We didn't find third gear. Come on. Come on, find reverse. There it is. We got to hurry up and go get our tailgate before somebody runs over it. Not that there's any traffic around here, but yeah. You see our tailgate? Yeah, first and second it shifts. First, 1, 2. So, yeah, there's our tailgate. Let's get that real quick. Okay, let's get out of here. I'm glad nobody saw that. Please, I don't think anybody saw that, just you guys. So, yeah, we're running rough. We are, but we're running, that's the important thing. Headliner's falling down. Oh, I haven't found third gear yet. But that's okay. We got her going again, and that's what is important. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn back in here because we got a bunch of junk in the bed of this truck, and I don't want it to get scattered all over the street. I'm not too worried about third gear. Maybe our modulator is bad or it came undone, but I mean, if we have first and second, we should have third in there somewhere. So let's survey the damage. Okay. Well, see, that's why I didn't want to keep going. We got all this stuff that's just ready to fall out into the street. Definitely don't want to pick all that up. So I'll have to clean this out later, but it's running. You can hear it spitting, sputtering there a little bit. So we're probably going to need a tune-up. We got a low tire there anyway. That is her in all her glory. Other side, yeah, it's not so bad. Okay, now that we know it runs and drives and stops, the brakes, they felt pretty good. I mean, it's still a little spongy, but I don't know why it didn't have any fluid in it. It didn't come out. So we'll just keep an eye on that part. And but yeah, this body though, I don't think the frame's bent, but it came and hit here, so right there, and it bent this fender outwards, and it actually shoved this hood over a little bit, so you can see it overlaps about an inch here. So everything's been shoved over in this area, but it does not look like our frame's bent at all. Our frame looks good. So these are just bolt-on items, no big deal. We can get this fender, we can get this hood, all that good stuff. So what do? Do we put this back together? It's got decent rims on it, but it has a hole in the floorboard. It's still missing out a little bit, which I'm sure that just some spark plugs. I don't know. What should we do? We can do a little more body work while we're here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we just need to replace the fender. That was pointless. So okay, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Street Rat Garage. We got it running and driving. It's back on the road again. This was an easy one. This is no big deal. I think we're gonna fix it up. I'll start looking for parts. We'll do a part 2 on this. We'll change this doghouse or whatever we have to do, and give it a tune up, get rid of the trash in the back, and we'll put this on the road. So yeah, like I said, that's gonna wrap it up for this episode of Street Rite Garage. Until next time.